truth. Building castles in the sky, just the two of us, you and I. This is the first time I actually sang it to somebody. Well,
thanks, man.
are you out? Guys, Mike and Billy got on an early flight so they can try to beat the hurricane. So please give a nice warm welcome and thank you to everyone, to Mike and Billy. Mike and Billy, everybody! Bringing you a weekend entertainment. Safe travel, fella.
Hi, Norman.
Norman's not going anywhere, he'll be back. And Richard at some point will show back up. Won't he be surprised to find out that we finished? We played the boys off, we did all this stuff.
Oh, he's MIA.
Is MIA?
Do you know where he is? I know where he is.
I do.
Do you know where he is?
No.
Do you care? Yeah. Do you want to know where he is?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you.
Aww.
He just went back to our other hotel to get his bags so that we're all
left his bag. It's not like...
we're all kind of clamoring to get back tonight if we can, but there's this big storm coming in Southern California, so.
Kim sent us a reassuring message saying that there was a slight ripple in her pool.
Is that it? I thought she said it was like she said termites or something.
There was a light ripple and 2 dead termites. No, I know it's been really tough.
It is that
I
we're
think it's slowing down quicker than we thought.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone cares about us getting home or not. I know you're all.
We do.
On the East Coast, you're used to this kind of thing, but we don't get that. LA is not built for rain, so when it rains, it floods.
There's not been a hurricane in Los Angeles for 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, before that.
Before that.
I've lived there for 30 years, I've never had anything like that.
Are you overstarted? That's what keeps it fresh, everyone. So everyone's leaving.
That's okay.
Jared and Jensen and Misha.
Yeah, there are lots of people still here.
Just so you know, people who stayed, you're my favorites. And the people at the back will forgive you if you come back.
We're coming back.
We see you.
They don't care. They're like, we're singing Jensen close up, we don't care.
Let's have a question.
Should we answer a question?
Let's do.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your name? Where are you from? What do you want?
Hi, my name is Keelan. I'm from Ohio.
All right, Ohio.
Kind of okay. If you could star in any Broadway musical, which one would it be and what role would you play?
Any Broadway musical, what would it be? Does it have to be on right now, or it can be any musical?
Any musical.
Okay.
Rob already starred in a musical.
Well, as a kid? Right, as a kid I did,
Just saying, you starred in a musical.
That was amazing.
You were the titular character.
No, I was not. I was Artful Dodger.
Artful Dodger, so you were.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What's your answer to that question?
No, I'm deflecting.
I would say I would like to be. I love musicals. I would love to play. I'd like to be in Hamilton. And I'd love to play the King. I think that's a really hilarious that great song, and I think that would be really fun.
Do you know his song?
No, not by heart or anything. No. But that's part of it.
It'd be cool if you could sing a little bit, right?
I know, but you're deflecting still. What musical would you be? Ruth was in Cats when she was a little girl, and she was the one part that didn't sing. But she had a dance.
I was the only non-singing cat in a song and dance trio called Cat. I was with Cavity. He's a mystery cat. He's called the Hidden Paw. He's a master criminal. He can defy the law. Anyway, I'll stop here.
Okay, so
I love musicals. I feel like maybe in a past life I did something that I'm not allowed to sing in musicals in this lifetime or something. I think there must be a musical out there that I could do. Like maybe in a few years, as I get older, you know, Judi Dench did Send in the Clowns. You know, it was less about singing, more about acting. But at drama college, you know, Chicago, you know, the song Class. You know the song? I think who does it in the movie? Who plays the mama and the Queen Latifah? That song?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not supposed to be pretty. It's like, whatever happened to please may I? Yes, thank you.
You got the job. You just got it.
I feel like, you know, maybe like an off-Broadway production.
I think you'd be great in hair.
And hair?
Yeah, because of everybody gets naked.
Just naked.
I just want to see them. I'm just kidding.
I would actually struggle to do that before. I would be in any musical. And,
Yeah, I think Chicago, that's a good answer.
yeah, and I love the dancing in Chicago, but I'm getting a bit sticky now for that. What musicals would you like to see as in?
My role that I really want to be is Veronica Sawyer in Heathers.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And I just got cast as Miss Blue in Willy Wonka.
Yay!
Local theater stuff.
Awesome! That's great. Oh, yeah.
I would literally give my right pinky to be able to sing one of those roles properly in a musical. I literally would go through that. But no, it doesn't work that way. Like I've offered my pinky and nobody wants it so that I can sing better in a musical.
You know, in LA, we don't get a lot of opportunities to, I mean, I've auditioned for a couple of plays, but like, you don't get a lot of opportunities to do musicals or audition for musicals. But one time they made High Fidelity, the movie, the book that they made into a movie, they made that into a musical that ran for just not very long, but I really wanted to play the Jack Black character. So I flew myself to New York and auditioned for that. It went really well. I got a call back, but then I didn't get the part. But then the show they ran for like 2 months or something, and it got bad reviews. So maybe I missed that. Maybe there was a reason. But yeah, I'd love it. I'd love that. To be able to
Rob
do that.
has a good idea for a musical. I think you should follow through on, but that's a different story.
Yes.
Do it!
I will. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have a petite lady here.
Oh yes, we do.
She has a question.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do.
I was just wondering, like, tips for acting and how to be like a young actor, because I've been on stage, but I haven't done like any TV things at all.
The first piece of advice I would give you is know your lines. You can't know them too well, especially when you get on set or on stage or anything. You get nervous and it's easier to forget things. So you have to really, really know them. You have to be diligent and not afraid to practice and learn. You know what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, and all of that. That's a basic thing, right? But it serves you really well, I think.
Yeah, which I'm sure you do. You memorize lines really well, probably.
Yes, I was actually the main character once.
I believe it. I think that you're doing, like, in terms of pursuing acting, I think you're doing my first piece of advice is like, get into a play, do plays, because that's really how you learn.
Yes, I have done like 3.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Like, that's when I was your age, that's when I did a lot of plays, and like, I learned so much about acting, working with other people, and just keep doing that. And then if you still are interested when you're of the right age, then come back and see me and I'll give you tips on how to do it as an adult.
Okay.
But you're doing great. Keep doing plays.
Okay.
You're awesome.
She asked me a great question yesterday about being small, and I said, well, I'm petite, I'm not small. Two different things.
It is my love.
No, but she got it.
Shit, of course you did.
Smart girl.
Hi.
Long time no see, Rob.
Yeah.
I was just curious for your date night ideas.
Date
I
night.
can't really hear. What is it?
I haven't here, so I can think. She's interested in our date night ideas. Date night.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear them.
Oh.
Over here.
That's when her Scottish comes out.
Thank you for your question.
Sorry to put you on the spot, Rob.
No, it's okay. She's just Scottish, and she makes me nervous sometimes when the Scottish comes out. Ooh, can't wait to hit them. Well, first thing we do, we have a favorite restaurant that we go to close to our neighborhood all time. So first thing we do, we take a walk around the neighborhood at sundown. We see the sunset together.
Sounds nice.
And then we get in a car, we drive to our favorite restaurant, and we'd have a really nice dinner there. And then maybe after that
We stop at the store and get ice cream.
ice cream. And then maybe if the weather's nice, we'll take another walk around the block. And then we'll settle back at our house, have ice cream together with the fire going.
I mean, maybe not in August. But...
No, right. But you know, we had a great date the other night. We had a great date. There was in LA at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. They do screenings of movies.
In a cemetery?
It's pretty cool because it's a wild place to sit and watch a movie. You know, they do like this screening on the side of a huge mausoleum.
Oh my God.
And anyway, a band that we like that sings a song that is one of our songs came and played there at the cemetery. And we went and saw this band. We go early, we put a picnic out, we had dinner, and then we watched this concert, and it was a great day.
It was. For people who maybe didn't quite catch the very beginning of that or the name, it's a place in Los Angeles. It's one of our main cemeteries. It's a graveyard, and of course, in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, only there would the cemetery be called Hollywood Forever.
Because you're buried there, so you're Hollywood forever.
Hollywood Forever.
The Hollywood Forever Cemetery. And some famous people are buried there, including Toto from Wizard of Oz. Is buried there, yeah.
And the Ramones.
And one of the Ramones. And
It's quite queer to me walking through to get to the place where you sit on the lawn that doesn't have any people buried underneath it. It's
Yeah.
a lawn area that you're sitting on. That feels fine, but you're kind of like tiptoeing through the
you
yard.
park your car and then you have to walk to this field. And you're definitely walking around.
Seeing all the names on the wall.
Famous people.
Yeah, and there's lots of people have lots of gravestones with photographs and pictures on them, and it's kind of fascinating.
You know, Chris Cornell is buried there.
Is he?
I saw that today. I saw like some post showing his. Yeah, this is the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Wow. So if you ever come to Los Angeles, it's a really cool thing to do is go and watch an old movie there or see a band or...
Yeah, they play really cool movies. Yeah, this person I saw Family. That was a fun.
Yeah. And they do Pride really well there too. They have fireworks and disco and all kinds. We saw not the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, the other one, the Follow the Yellow Brick Road, what's it called? The Wizard of Oz. We saw the Wizard of Oz. And that was wonderful, wasn't it? And we saw Priscilla in the desert. That was Pride the year before, and that was awesome. Anyway, we'll stop selling Hollywood Forever.
Thank you.
But you should go. If you ever come to LA, you should
Thank you.
really do. It's in lots of movies.
Yeah.
I've seen it in movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. So I was wondering if there's any song that when you hear it comes on the radio or whatever, you just immediately have to change it or turn it off.
Yes.
Oh man. Any song that she puts a song in my head, an earworm in my head all the time where I'm like, no! It's always a song I can't get out of my head. I'm trying to think what some of the ones you do. Well, not that one, but there was another one.
We're going to do it. Sometimes Rob plays quite moody music. And like, maybe we're going to Coachella or something fun, and it's like, maybe have something a bit more like...
I like music that makes me a little bit sad. Yeah, but it's not as fun when someone else is in the car, I guess. What's a song that comes on the radio?
I get really excited when I'm playing songs that I like. And what I'll do is I'll play the song and halfway through I'll think of the next song, and so I'll stop halfway through and play the next song. So Rob hears half of lots of songs.
Man, yeah.
It's true, isn't it, right?
Oh boy, yeah.
You know, you've heard a lot of half songs.
Yeah. Yeah. We're like, oh, you know what? I think this is pretty cool. Okay, we're on to the next song. What's the song that comes on the radio that makes you want to turn it off and you're like, oh, I cannot hear that song anymore? Sorry, I don't want to throw shade on a song, but
What do you turn off when you hear it?
Okay,
Come on, just say it.
I'll make a lot of enemies here, but I'm gonna say anything by Taylor Swift.
I have to tell you that I wouldn't necessarily know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I quite like some of her songs, and I probably don't know some of them, but I wouldn't necessarily always know.
yeah. There were some bad songs like from the 80s, maybe, you know,
Oh,
if
no.
Vanilla Ice came on the radio.
Come on, Ice Baby.
See? I think she wasn't raised in America, so some of the songs that we're all sick of, she's like, oh, I like this is an Ice Baby.
Listen, Ice back with a brand new invention.
Ruth has a new rap album coming out next month. We're very excited about. So yeah, so I guess I'd say Vanilla Ice.
I have nothing to do.
Nothing for Ruth, except my moody music makes you
I
want
don't
to.
like moody music, don't get me wrong, but like not all the time.
There's a time for that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's every time for this guy. Dark cloud. I love rainy weather. It's my favorite.
I moved continent to escape it, so.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
If y'all could live in a book for one day, what book would it be?
You live in a book. A book.
A book.
A book. A book.
I was like, a buck?
For
You live in a
one
buck?
a book.
$1, $1. A book? A book.
Book. A book. A book. A book. A book. A book.
You answer first.
Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, deep.
Something by Jackie Collins. I mean, Jackie Collins is a lot to answer for. I think my mum must have had one of her books on the shelf. I was an avid reader when I was younger, anything, everything. And I spent all my pocket money on books. And I honestly, I don't think I would be here as an actor or as a person if I hadn't read books. And part of that is Jackie Collins and like reading about Hollywood and, you know, it was so real for me and alive and exciting. So I'm going to say a Jackie Collins novel.
Hey, aren't you reading one right now? Something that's kind of Jackie Collins-esque?
I'm reading a Scottish book set in Glasgow. Just blanked on the name.
The one you just read.
Oh no, I read Valley of the Dolls a couple of books ago.
No, the one you're reading right now?
I just read
The cover of it is, I feel like, it's like
I just read
woman in the...
Oh no, that was The Seven Wives of Evelyn Hugo. We read that. That's going to be made into a movie, right? Everyone thinks Jessica Chastain is going to play the redhead. She's too, you know. Anyway, we know what we're talking about. I love it. I love a good novel, but I'm going to say Jackie Collins.
Again, a lot of the books I've read aren't going to be worlds I want to live in just because they're, you know, depressing or like this like fantasy world where I would get eaten by a dragon or something. You know what I mean? Like I love The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings trilogy.
I want to be in the movie. I don't want to be in the book. I want to be in the movie of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but like if I really was in Lord of the Rings, I'd be immediately killed by an orc.
Dead. Or you would be an orc.
I mean, I'm a hobbit if there ever was a hobbit. I'm a hobbit, just smoking those little long pipes that they smoke.
Could I be an elfin person?
You would totally be an elf.
Okay, that's okay. I could do that then.
Thank you.
Do you want to know an interesting fact? You know that actor Billy Boyd? Long before he was an actor, one of his first jobs when he was an older teenager, maybe he was 18, I don't know exactly, because I'm not his biographer, I just read a lot of actors' stuff. He worked in a bookbinder's. What book did he bind? Yeah, isn't that amazing? And like 15 years later, or however many years later, isn't that crazy? I love things like that. The universe is a matrix, everyone. It really is.
Hello. So I've been asking what I've lovingly and affectionately named the tree question all weekend. But I've kind of revamped it a little bit for the two of you.
I'm nervous. The truth? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
So, if you were to find, like, the other person in a tree, and you had, like, it's at the top of a tree, and you had no idea how they got there, how do you think they would have gotten there? Like, Rob, how do you think Ruth would have gotten to the top of the tree? Ruth, how do you think Rob would have gotten to the top of the tree?
Okay.
I would even.
And, like, what would the story be?
Yeah, I would even question it. But of course he's up there.
Play about how I got up there, it's like, yeah, of course, it's at the top of the tree.
But he doesn't know how to get down. That's the real story.
I'll tell you how I got up there. I can tell you.
Can you tell me?
I was trying to strand lights around the tree.
That's a good answer.
Right, and I just got up there, I got carried away. If I could just get one more branch, and then I looked down.
And were you a little high?
Oh my God. Maybe. Oh, that has to do with anything. I'm a hobbit, okay? What else am I gonna do?
A hobbit high in a tree.
Like, half the people have said that they would be drunk. Kim said that she would be dropped by a dragon. I thought that was
Oh,
funny.
that's good. Okay, if I looked up and I saw top of the tree,
How do you think she got
I think she got there because she saw a squirrel or a cat that she wanted to rescue.
That is the only reason I would go up trees to save something or something.
Oh, no!
Literally what I was thinking.
There was a cat! There wasn't even a cat. No, I thought it was a cat. But it was a squirrel. And then he ran away and now I'm up on this tree. Come on, give it down. Grab a ladder.
That's completely accurate. It's exactly what I was thinking. One time, I was sitting in the backyard, and there was a few people around. They're just sitting there, and one lone little ant came along, and I went, "Oh, little ant," and then he put a breadcrumb, and I was like, "No, what am I doing?" Because normally you're spending half your life trying to get rid of ants. I just feel like my immediate reaction was, "Oh."
You're such a Disney princess.
She is. Like to be a mosquito that comes and lands on my arm and I go like that and she goes, oh, oh,
Talk to the animals. I have, what are they called? Skunks in my backyard. Little lizards and squirrels come in, neighbors' cats.
When she lived at her other house, there's this family of skunks. And I swear they're like, hey, this chick's cool. She's good. Guys, I found a yard. This is great. She's great. She feeds us bread and stuff. She's kooky.
There
Let's
was
live here.
3 generations of skunk, and I did actually have to move them because you can't have 10 squirrels, and you can't. It's not hygienic or anything.
Like that must have not smelled great. Like it
Nah,
sounds.
and,
It smelled a bit like how Rob smelled at the top of the tree. It's weird.
I'm a hobbit.
He's a high hobbit.
Hi, Rob. Hi, Ruth.
Hi.
So I asked Rob this question during the meet and greet, and now I'm going to turn it around to Ruth and see if Rob was correct in what his guess was. So if we're going on a road trip, what is your road trip snack and drink?
Did you answer
I
that?
answered for myself and I answered for you. Yeah, what I thought. It's tricky, but
Did you bring like sparkling water and lime?
Lime cordial.
Lime cordial? Yeah, okay.
nailed it. And then what would you have for like a snack? We would go to the 7-Eleven and we're gonna buy you something to munch on.
I mean, I don't really buy much from the 7-Eleven. Or like, did he?
Yeah.
Said that. It's true. I'm like, go to Erewhon and buy me bougie food.
But the only place we have is the gas and sip or whatever. We go in and we get you. Is it in your pocket? Oh.
I mean,
That's not. Yeah. She loves her chocolate.
I can't think of what I.
You know what I said? I said just plain crisps.
Chips. That's what I say. Chips. Yeah, plain chips. Plain salt and vinegar.
Or what? Or what flavor chips?
Salt and vinegar.
What's your favorite chips if you're going to buy chips? Is a chip that's flavored how? What do we get you at home all the time?
Lime.
Yes. Now, what do you think Rob would pick at the gas station?
Think a recent trip up north, we stopped, and what did I get as my snack?
Well, I made all the snacks and everything.
Pea, but we also went into like an Arco, and I got.
Oh, you got like this thing. Like, it was so artificial, like peanut butter, chocolate,
Little
roll,
chocolate.
ice cream,
Donuts.
oh, it was so gross. It was pure artificial colorings and preservatives and flavoring.
Right, is this just a row of chocolate?
And then afterwards he was like, I feel sick, and I'm like,
I did tell you that I felt sick and it was artificial.
yeah, so I do remember.
You remember the after
I
effect?
remember, yeah.
But yeah, I got it right though, guys. Thank you. We would have won on like the newlywed game. That's the kind of question they ask you.
If we were married.
Just everybody wait. Everybody just. Me in my meet and greet, someone was giving me pressure about not asking you yet. Yeah.
Good on him. I don't need to get married, but I do like a ring.
She always goes like this. You like you shifted the ring on. You need the Beyonce.
To be fair though, Rob's the more romantic person when it comes to things like that, aren't you? I'm not such a cliche really.
No, but you do okay.
Okay, Beyonce. Hi, I'm Charlotte.
She is the only person I've ever paid to go and see in concert on my own. Like I couldn't in London. None of my friends wanted to or could afford it or whatever, and I was like, I cannot not go and see Beyonce. This is like a decade ago. I went on my own. It's kind of weird going to a big concert like that on your own.
It's just funny the way you always describe that as like, oh, I paid Beyonce to go see her. Like, you bought a ticket. But you make it sound like you go, Beyonce! Okay, so, I'd like to see you. I'd like to see Beyonce. I paid her. Okay, let's see the show.
Anyway, sidebar.
You're really good at that accent.
I'm working on it.
Better than me, anyway. So I was wondering if there was an Olympic event for just some really dumb, mundane task that you do really well, what would you be entered in to do?
You'd be great at losing your car keys. You'd be so good at that. And now, from Scotland, Ruth Connell. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go?
The thing is, I never actually lose them.
You misplaced them for many days.
What Rob does, he would win the Olympic gold medal for playing the beeping fucking sound on his Apple Watch, which tells you where his phone is, that is right beside him that he put down 1 second ago.
Honestly, it's really easy.
I lose my stuff all the time.
I never know where my phone is. Where is it? Oh, shit, it's in my back pocket.
I'm like, open your eyes or try using your memory bank. It's good for your brain. Try to remember. See, I always remember where my keys are. I always find them eventually.
I think that'd be great if that was an Olympic sport. Like, from the United States of America, Rob Benedict. Beep, beep. Oh, I got it. How long the hell was that? 0.2 seconds. Yeah, we'd both be good at losing stuff. Funny that. But is there anything else that I think that
Rob's good at completing tasks. Like, if you give him a to-do list, he's real good at it. I don't do so well. You think Rob would say he's very deep?
No, I do. No, you're just like, you're just more like a little
Hummingbird.
hummingbird. What else do I do well that can be like an Olympic
You're, I
sport?
mean, the tasks you're very diligent, you get through some stuff.
Yeah.
You do stuff. He's good at filling in forms. Who likes filling in forms?
I like it.
There's your friend, there's your one
Well, it's
friend.
nice to have the answer. You know what I mean? Like, you know the, what's my name? I know that. You know? Whatever. I know my address. Oh, okay. It only gets annoying when they ask you questions like you don't know. Or you gotta call your mom. Mom, what was Meemaw's maiden name? Oh, Meemaw. I don't even have a Meemaw. It just sounds funny. So yeah, I guess that's it. It's various forms of losing things and finding them again.
Some of us Like some goes more quickly than others, and some with electronic assistance than not others.
Yeah. Oh boy, look who's back.
Oh my God, oh my God.
That was quick.
Let's do one more question.
One more question.
Hi, I'm Kaylee, and my birthday is Tuesday, and I have no idea what to have for dessert. So I wanted to know what your guys' favorite birthday desserts are.
Happy birthday coming up.
Thank you.
Are you a Leo?
Huh?
Are you a Leo?
I don't know what
Star sign?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not a zodiac person.
Okay, no worries.
Either is he.
Yeah,
No, not really.
I asked him the other day what his son was. He's like, I don't know. Hey, JC, what's Frank? She's like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, we don't know that crap. We don't do that crap. I said they felt really bad.
First of all, the machete had nothing to do with that
Yes, she
conversation.
did. You asked her. She's like, I don't know. Yeah, she didn't know either. We don't know that crap.
Oh, you're going to do the podcast? Yeah.
It almost is me talking to you on the phone.
We talk on the phone? Yeah, unfortunately we don't know. Rob knows that stuff.
Okay, chocolate, peanut butter, and coffee flavor. I love coffee flavor, peanut butter, and chocolate. So like my favorite kind of ice cream I would have is peanut butter and chocolate ice cream from Baskin Robbins, and also Jamocha, which is coffee flavor from Baskin Robbins.
Okay.
A pint of both of those at my birthday party. Ruth?
I would home bake a flourless chocolate cake because it's gluten-free, so you think you're being healthy. The chocolate is so thick in it, it's like a kick in the head. That's what I would
I
do.
do love your chocolate.
It's a flourless chocolate cake.
I want to talk, since Rob and Ruth are here, we're talking about chocolate. Let's talk about sharing and how couples sometimes share their chocolate. Because I know that Rob's a bit of a chocolate jerk, because I've seen it in real time. Ruth, remember when I gave you chocolate on an airplane because Rob wouldn't?
Oh man, you don't even know what you're talking about, Chief.
Yeah.
That's nothing ever believe.
Yeah. Because of that, she hides it.
Yeah.
She hides all of her chocolate in this cabinet that she won't let me go in.
That sounds very emotionally healthy.
And so does the machete. She's the same. We're the same.
I know, she does the same thing. And hell on anyone who finds it and consumes it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make Rob stay on this stage,
Right.
but I'm going to say a big convincing goodbye to Miss Ruth Connell, everybody!